here at the first day of the Wood Bioenergy Conference and Expo at the Omni CNN Center in Atlanta, Georgia. We just wrapped up a dynamic first day of presentations, including some awesome keynotes. I felt like the word of the day, the phrase of the day was carbon capture and carbon storage. Pretty much everyone addressed it in the keynote sessions. Dan, what kind of did you think about those mornings? We had Matt White with Drax North America, Thomas Meth with Enviva. Those were kind of the two big ones that caught a lot of attention. What did you kind of hear and see that piqued your interest?
Well, one big thing was ripped straight from the headlines here with the Russia's invasion of Ukraine, which has sort of thrown the European pellet market into a tizzy right now. In fact, the spot market for pellets, several people say it doesn't even really exist in Europe right now. I think it's all taken because Russia's taken over, I believe, 2 million tons off the market being exported to Europe. So that was one big thing that came out today.
So Harold Arnold with Frame Renewables was in our afternoon keynote session, and he spoke a lot about the spot market. He also brought up a point that I thought was interesting, that biomass is the oldest new fuel, which is something that he, as basically the grandfather of pellets in North America, would know. Of course, he operates plants in Georgia. Thomas Meth brought up an interesting point talking about Europe and the US South, that the forested land in the southeast United States is the size of Spain, Germany, and Italy combined. White and Meth both said a big thank you to the whole supply chain, that without the supply chain they weren't going to be here today. So from the woods to their mill gates, they were grateful that everyone was continuing to work, even through that unprecedented time that we've had here lately. You were in a couple of other sessions. What did you notice and what kind of grabbed you?
If anything, the technical air treatment, pollution control, people are looking to get more out of their systems. It's a huge part of it. And actually viewing the system is part of the production. And a lot of times pollution control is like an add-on or an afterthought. And it really needs to be moved into, integrated fully with your production and kept up and maintained for overall plant success.
We also had a technical session this afternoon on fire prevention. My two takeaways from Bernardo with CB Tech, he reminded us that the key to prevention is both the key to protection is both prevention and mitigation. And then Jeff Nichols, who's an industry veteran on the fire side, said, remember, finer droplets have a greater cooling effect than that giant kind of just spray it all hose effect that we're seeing in the industry.
We've also heard, talking again about Europe, that due to what's going on over there in Ukraine right now, that Thomas Meth with Enviva mentioned that a lot of countries over there are completely relooking their energy outlook, and that could mean more opportunities for North American biomass and wood pellets.
And always popular Dr. William Strauss with Future Metrics touched on that exact concept, and he said, there may be cause to hope that the Biden administration is on board in something like the Clean Power Plan from 2015-16 Biden administration might be something that we see down the line.
Right.
There's going to be a dynamic morning tomorrow with some supplier keynotes. We'll have more coverage of all of the things that we saw and heard today in the next issue of Wood Bioenergy Magazine.